I did a quick post because the most common question that I ever get from people out there is becoming a real estate agent. Like, what does that involve to do? So to do that, I figured I'd just do a quick Facebook Live, answer the questions that you may have with it. Because as everybody knows, every real estate agent out there is a millionaire and has all the time in the world to do everything they want. So that's a little joke there. So the truth is, it's very different from what you think real estate is and when you get in it, really what happened. So I put this together. Hopefully there's no spelling mistakes. I'm sure you guys will tell me what I do on that, but I'll cover a few topics I think you should know getting in there, really about the real estate business from the outside looking in. So today I'll go over the things they don't tell you when you get your real estate license. I'll answer the questions of income, because that's what a lot of people have, is like, how do you do it? How much you make? How long does it take? What do you have to do to get licensed? I'll go over all those things. I'll tell you the difference in brokerages, as much as, from my view of about 18 years in business, over 3,000 houses sold. I made over $10 million in commissions. I could tell you the difference from what I've seen out there in my experience there. What the requirements are to becoming an agent. Our team system, average income, first year income, okay, kind of average versus how we work here. So I'll get started with that, but if you have any questions as we go along, please, it makes the show more interesting. Just feel free to put it in the comment section below, and I'll try to get to them while we're doing this. So before we get started, thank you very much, Rachel, for help moderating this. She won't come on camera, but she is in the background. So, all right, so let's kick it off. And first, I'm going to start out with everybody that gets into the real estate industry is, what's your why? Like, why do you want to do this? Most people get into the real estate business because they think they're going to make a lot of money and they're going to have a lot of free time. And the first thing you figure out when you get in here is those are the first two things that don't happen. You're not making any money and there's no more free time. Okay. So if just making money is your decision of why I want to get into real estate, or maybe you say, hey, I want to, get some money on the side, I'll use the real estate game to do that. There's plenty of people that do that. But what you really should be looking at is, why do you want to do it? You want to elevate your income? Well, that's great. But do you want to elevate others' income or help other people make the decisions? Those are a little deeper reasons why. But also why you need to know what your why is because there's a lot of pain points you're going to happen in the first year, 2, 3, and they continue the whole time. But first year, 2, 3 years in the industry, you got to remember yourself why you're doing this, to help your kids, to get out of whatever you're doing. You got to always remember what your why is there. And that why is really going to be what's going to direct you. Is going to be your compass facing north of really what you want to do and why you're doing it. Because a lot of people quit. I'm going to go over some standard statistics, and these are all from NAR that really blow a lot of people's minds out there. So these are what I say the shocking facts that brokers don't share with you before you get into the business. One is the median income of realtors, according to the National Association of Realtors, is $41,200. Now, there's going to be something said with that, because some people will say, well, that's not bad. You got to realize, when you're in real estate, you're a real estate agent. You are in the real estate business. You're an independent contractor. You're not an employee. So out of that $41,200, you got to take taxes out of it. You have to pay for your own health care, whatever gas, mileage, expenses. You're a full business. You have to take that out of the gross of $41,200. So when you look at $41,200 as an income, that's not bad. But when you look at $41,200 as income as a business, that is bad. Okay. And usually it takes some time for agents to figure that out. The first year average agent averages $9,000 a year. Okay. $9,000 a year. 80% of agents do not make it past their fifth year. That's a fact. 95% of them earn under 100 grand. Okay. And once again, these are gross numbers. You're running a business on $100,000 of gross income. It's impossible for the solo agent to be at their kids' ball games and showing homes to a buyer at the same time. They're focused on cheating on one or the other. There's no way that you could do both. That's just a fact out there. And that's why you see these numbers the way that 80% of people get out of the business in the first 2 years. You see it about 80%. None of them make it to the fifth year, but very few. Okay. So what I go over, especially when I'm talking to agents or people looking to come into the business, is really going over these numbers. Is how bad do you really want it to make it work, right? If you're just looking to play in the game and do this part-time, a lot of people do that. There's no problem with that. But to really make a rewarding income, you have to do things different. And first thing you need to look at is you're running this as a business. You're the business. It's you, Inc. So I run this numbers with the agents on our team before they come on the team to kind of show them. And these are usually agents that are selling houses, right? They're selling houses, but they want to make more rewarding income. So I'll run this exercise with them, and I put this on here to show you guys. If you sold 8 homes a year, now keep in mind, the average agent sells, average meaning 74% of agents in Rhode Island sell somewhere between 0 and 4 homes per year. If you sold 8 homes and your average commission on your side, you took home, that'd be 2.25% in commission. On average, you're seeing one side of 2 to 2.5%. Your gross income would be $45,000. Okay, we need to talk gross because after that is where you're going to take all your expenses from. Most splits you see somewhere 70, 80% in that range there. That would be $33,000 after splits. Splits is what goes to your brokerage. So the brokerage would take 25, they would give you 75. You'd be left with $33,750 in your pocket. Expenses. It's unknown what every agent spends for their expenses. Some agents spend 0. Some agents spend tens of thousands of dollars a month. According to the NAR, the average agent spends just under $400 a month, less than a car payment, on marketing. Okay, so if you spend $400 a month, that's $4,800 a year. Now your net income's down to $28,950. You see where we're going here. Divide your hours. So if you're working 40 hours a week, that's 2,080 hours a year. Divide that by the $28,950. That's $13.91 an hour before taxes. Still going to take taxes out of that. You still got to put other things that you're not putting into mind there. It's like your gas, tires, maintenance, minimum, E&O, things like that. That's $13.91 an hour you're down to, okay? So that's a problem. Here's the other problems with industry. Commissions are disappearing. The national U.S. average for commissions in 1992 was over 6%. Right now in 2018, it's under 5%. That's now as a whole, right? That's a whole, meaning buyer gets half of that, seller gets half of that, or whatever the split is. In fact, it's even disappearing even more. There's a class action lawsuit being filed by some homeowners alleging that NAR and the big box brands, Realogy, Home Service of America, Remax, Keller Williams, violated the Sherman Antitrust Act by requiring buyer broker compensation, meaning they're making the seller fund the buyer's agent opposing counsel. What I mean by opposing counsel is like the seller represents the seller's agent represents the seller, the buyer's agent represent the buyer, but sellers are saying, why am I paying the buyer's agent to represent the buyer and beat me over the head and negotiate against me, right? And so there's a big class action lawsuit going on, the big box stores on that. So what's that telling you, though? Where's commissions going? It's going down, right? We've already seen it in the last several years of it's going down more and more and more. So it's getting tougher and tougher, right? So this is things that, it looks rosy, I guess, from the outside. And then you start looking at it, you're like, wow, this is really what's going on, okay? The other thing is, too, is a big question I get, is there really a difference in the brokerage or is it just brands and logos? In my opinion, what I've seen out there with brokerages, it's really just a race to hire everybody. Like if you can fog a mirror, you can work at most brokerages because the brokerages models now are, we will hire as many agents as we possibly can. Everybody sells 2 or 3 houses. And, we sold 3,000 houses that year and we made a little piece off of each 3,000. But what happens is really dilutes the effectiveness of the agent, the quality of the agent's income and their life, and the quality of services they give their client. Because on those little models like that, there's no way there could be any mentorship or leadership or any way to improve the agents because there's 1,000 of them and everybody's just doing a little piece out there. And the proof is, if there was no limit to then you would see franchises and big box brokerages would limit the number of agents they hire because there can only be so many in the area. But there are no limits. They just hire everybody. And that's why the statistics are the way they are. So just, I kind of want to back up the card a little bit so everybody can kind of see this is what's going on in the real estate industry. And it really seems to be that game with most brokerages is, everybody get into business, everybody sell 2 or 3 houses, and then, in 2 or 3 years, you're out of it. It's very simple to get a real estate license. Okay. So I go over those things so everybody can kind of see, it's not all roses out there. You really have to be trying to get where you want to get. You can't just do this and say, I'm going to see how it works. You got to be willing to work hard and put it in. So becoming a realtor is pretty simple. I always laughed about this. My sister owns a hair salon, and I think to cut someone's hair, you have to do like 1,000 hours plus of training and continuing ed. To become a realtor, no, 45 hours. 45 hours. You do a 3-hour lead paint course, an agency law training. You take a test. There's a state test and a federal test, and you have a real estate license as long as you're 18 years or older. So not too complicated. The continuing ed seems to be one of the biggest sticking points for people. Is it takes them a long time to get the 45 hours if they're doing an hour a week. What's great about what's going on right now is because of the COVID, you can actually do your continuing ed online. So you can be doing laundry, and at the same time, you can be going over your continuing ed. So that's great stuff there to know. But I wanted to get into this part too and answer questions at the end to kind of let everybody see about the industry and how those things work. I believe in doing things different, and our team does too. We believe industry norms and standards work against agents and consumers. The best interest is not at heart, and you can just see how the model is really set up. Agents have a high failure rate of growth. Buyers denied hard-to-find properties. Sellers' homes are commoditized, resulting in lower sales prices. We believe at the Nathan Clark team to turn the tables on all that. Most real estate professionals get into the real estate because they want to make more money and be their own boss. But as I said before, the first thing that goes out is their time, and they never really make big money. Now, what I mean by commoditizing, right, is that commoditizing the industry based on everybody just does the same thing. For example, if you put a house in the market, every agent says, okay, I'll sink a sign your front lawn and I'll put it into MLS. Okay, well, if everybody does that, you just become like everybody else, right? And what happens with that, it becomes such a simple process like taxi cabs and Uber, where a company like Uber comes by and says, hey, we'll just put your houses on the market and pay us a flat fee. And that's why you're seeing less and less value put on the real estate agents. And really who's making more of the money are the associations, right? They just grab $1,000, $2,000 every year and make it very simple for everybody to get a real estate license so they can make billions of dollars a year to do that. But that does not benefit the real estate agent, and that does not benefit the consumers out there because they get less quality service, they get less quality results because everything's commoditized. So we really believe in doing things different. We have been. We've been number one in the state of Rhode Island for the last 10 years. And how we're able to do that is really by just tearing things over and looking to make things better and build quality lives. So at the Nathan Clark team, compared to the average agent, where the average agent makes $41,200 a year and under 95% under 100K, our median gross income here is over $106,000 net income into their pocket. And the agents don't do any marketing or expenses. That's straight income to them. So there's no other, that's net income, very different than gross. First year agents take home less than $9,000 in a year, according to the NAR. Our team, first year agents, make over $80,000 a year on average. We have a great mentor program. We have boot camps, continuing training ongoing, where last year we sold over 400 houses with 15 agents, right? So what that would take 50 agents at most brokerages to do, we did with 15 because we're more leveraging the agent's time so they're focused on selling and then working with a team system. With right now we have over 16 full-time professionals that aren't selling real estate that are supporting the agents out there, helping them buy and sell real estate and giving great service to the clients. So the numbers kind of add up, where as you can see, it's very different how we operate here. So we do that by teaching you how to make more money full-time in real estate, where all the agents on my team are full-time. Because we have a team system, you focus on the client, not paperwork, not running out, putting signs on properties or taking photos of properties or even entering information into MLS. We have people doing that by our awesome staff of over 16 full-time professionals, which means the agent can enjoy more quality life, a better quality life, and more time to focus on what they're going in the first place. So hopefully that answers the questions that you guys had here. If you'd like more information on how our system works, you can go to sellmorehomesnow.info, really be able to answer the questions you have. And if you're interested in learning more, go on there. You can fill information on. I'll show you what it looks like. Boom. So you just go on here. You can kind of see some testimonials from agents on our team here, some videos, how things work. Some of the numbers we just went over, we actually put in there. There's my man, Dion. Hey, Dion. Did some great interviews for us there. And if you like information, you can just put your information right here in the field, and we'll get back to you, answer any questions you have. And I'd be happy to answer any questions you guys have. I got you on the screen here. Rachel, do we have any questions?
No questions yet.
Oh, all right. I know a lot of the questions I get is to do with what's the requirement. So let me pull that up here and see if I can pull it up on our Slack page. But actually, you know what? The biggest questions people have is where do they do the training? So I'm going to pull that up here. So the pre-licensing course, here we go. Rhode Island Association of Realtors, you go to rirealtors.org. You can look it up right there. We can give you more information on it too. And it goes over a lot of the questions about getting the pre-license. What's the difference from a broker to a salesperson? I'm not going to go over that on this video right here. But you can go right here and look at the calendar of when the next classes are. They just started one the 12th, I believe, right? Wednesday, yes. The next one we get started here is the 25th. And as I said, what's great about it, it's all live broadcast. So, you know, you can sit home in your pajamas and get a real estate license now. It's amazing. So it's really good stuff there. I hope you guys found this video entertaining and also educational. If you have any more questions, post them down below. I'll get back to you guys after. Please give us a like and share this video if you found it helpful. And with that said, guys, I hope everybody has a great day. I'll talk to you later. Let's go serve big. Take care, everybody.